Wouldn't it be better if everything around us was positive? Why do we need both negative and positive in the universe? Well, let's talk about it. We start on our self improvement, spiritual journeys. We become these mature, conscious individuals who level up, slowly start vibrating at higher frequencies, and make better informed decisions in our lives. But sometimes along the way, we take a look at these manifestations of lower vibratory frequencies and we think, do they add any value? Why do they exist? So, when we look at things like unhealthy food choices, people stuck in victimhood, being in toxic relationships, indulging in bad habits, not taking responsibility for their lives, we might think that what values do these perspectives add to the whole? But remember, everything here is to serve the collective. Everything exists because it adds value to the entire universe. Someone who is starving, that unhealthy meal might equate to survival for them. Someone who's mentally exhausted, that unhealthy meal might be coping mechanism for them. A person who is living in victimhood, it might feel better to blame someone else for their lives instead of taking that responsibility themselves, because in that case they feel justified in this righteous anger that they project toward the other person because others are making it happen for them, and it feels better to be angry at someone else than feeling sorry for ourselves. A person who's battling depression or anxiety, for them, that bad habit might provide that release that lets them get through the day. They might not be focusing on long term gains in this scenario. They are only trying to get through the day, and that bad habit serves that purpose. Similarly, staying in a toxic relationship may help someone who has that fear of being alone, or they are dependent on someone for financial reasons, or they want to stay in the relationship because of the kids. It could be anything, and in that scenario, it might serve them. Just because someone makes a different decision than what we would make in that scenario does not make them good or bad. It's just where they are in their lives. All of us are doing the best that we can under the circumstances we are, with the resources that we have available to us. So everyone is different in their journey. For someone, having a small setback might be enough to reorient them to wherever they want to go. But for someone else, they might need to hit that rock bottom before they can make that different choice for themselves. So it is not our place to judge anyone else for the choices they are making. Also, let's remember times from our own lives when we were also chasing these conventional goals. We were stuck in these patterns of scarcity and lack, coming at it from a sense of competitiveness. And we did it enough times, we failed enough times to get disillusioned, and that's why we took a different approach. We started on this path of spirituality, on this path of self improvement, because we understood that this conventional way of chasing goals does not work for us. But maybe someone else is not at that point in their life yet. They are still handling things the way they can and still doing the best they can. As we grow, as we progress, things resonate differently with us. It all depends on where each of us is on this vibratory scale, which ranges all the way from extreme negative to extreme positive. So, depending on where someone is, they will be pulled to these experiences which are in that particular orbit. And we can be grateful that now we have become these mature beings, these responsible, conscious individuals who can now look at these patterns and see that how they don't serve us. We are not coming at life in a reactionary sort of way. We are making changes, aligning ourselves so that all of us is focused in the direction of growth. We are not operating on these conventional system of lack and scarcity where we feel as if we are puppets pulled by invisible strings. So we can be grateful for that understanding in ourselves, but at the same time, we don't need to judge others. They will come to their own realizations when the time is right for them. We need to trust in this universal timing that works for everyone. So we can still extend help to others, whether it is in terms of resources or sharing information. And also, it is the prerogative of the individual whether they want to accept our help or not. And even when they want to accept help, whether they want it in a material way or they want it in terms of information. So we need to honor this. We can extend help, we can extend resources, but ultimately it's up to the individual how they would want to use them. Remember, everything exists here for all of us. It all depends on who prefers what. We can pick what we prefer, and we can allow that freedom to the other person also to make the right choice for themselves. We are grateful for our perspectives, but we are not judging others. Creation or universe does not do things willy nilly. There's a reason everything exists, and what does not add value already does not exist. So, whatever is here is adding value to the collective, it is serving all of us. We need to trust in this mechanism. It's not our purpose to question why something exists, but our purpose is to pick what works for us, what resonates with us. So, let's make choices that are in alignment with where we are on the vibratory scale and honor other people's choices as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.